and live your life today. It doesn't matter what they say.
Hey, so I know it's been a minute since I've been live into the group, and I know that I gave zero notice, like maybe an hour notice that I even wanted to come into the group, and I wanted to do a quick clear. So for those of you who may not know me, I am Lori Kinsey. This is my group, Red Lotus Life, that is amazing and beautiful in so many ways. You can look and see what Red Lotus Life means to me, what the symbolism is of the Red Lotus and life. This is such a special, special place for me, actually, is Red Lotus Life. So we are here to support survivors of domestic violence, abuse, human trafficking, all the things. And that's what this group is for, is to provide resources. What we've discovered in the last while, probably the last couple of years, is that the people who are these survivors, it's not safe for them to be on Facebook. And so we've actually moved everything over to the YouTube channel, which is probably why you haven't really seen me be live in here or really do a ton of events in here, because we mostly do it over on the YouTube channel so that it's safe for survivors or for people who are still in these relationships. So it is my life's work to do this work. I am a survivor myself. I am an advanced spiral practitioner. And when I even heard the word spiral, I knew it was my life's work to become a spiral practitioner, to support those who have survived abuse. But most importantly, it was to teach this tool. The reason why it is to teach this tool is because I have never in my entire life found a tool that is so quick, like just so quick to regulate the nervous system, so quick to neutralize triggers and activations and just different things like trauma triggers, anything and everything that kind of gets you hyped up, you know? So like anxiety, feelings of overwhelm. I mean, I talk to so many of my clients who have panic attacks and things like that. And it is this tool that actually calms the nervous system just like that. And we're able to be in a state of neutrality. And so that's kind of what I want to do in here today, is I want to show you how I use emotional clearing to bring myself to neutrality so that I can then operate from a place of sovereignty, from a place where I'm grounded, I am centered, and I'm not reacting to the things around me, but I am responding. So I'm not reacting to life, I am responding to life. So the holidays, if you are a survivor of any kind, the holidays are extremely triggering. They activate all of these traumas that have happened, whether regardless if it was in your childhood, regardless if it's now. For people who are survivors and you're out of the relationship of like an abusive relationship or an unhealthy or toxic relationship, and you have children, it's especially hard during the holidays, because not only, you're dealing with the children and the things that are going on there, but you also, it's very common to experience more trauma throughout the holidays, even though you have, if you're co-parenting, especially, even if you've left the relationship, you're married, you've moved on, all the things, it still happens for decades. For decades, it's going to happen. So that's why I wanted to come in here really quick, because I literally use emotional clearing every single day to regulate my nervous system. And the holidays, like I said, the holidays are coming up. I've noticed that there's some triggers and some things that are going on with me that's causing some anxiety and overwhelm, even though I've been out of relationships and even co-parenting. I don't even co-parent, they co-parent, but they're adult children now. But there's this thing that happens with the movies we see, the marketing we see, where there is this idea of this traditional holiday, this perfect holiday, this perfect Thanksgiving. And I know you all know what I'm talking about because it's all the commercials. Like you see it everywhere. It's all the commercials of this big, huge family gathering, and everyone's around the table and everyone's happy and laughing and everything's just perfect, right? And the table, there's a centerpiece in the table, just all kinds of goodness happening. Well, I would like to say, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, most people do not experience that for Thanksgiving. Most people, it's stressful. There's this pressure to put on the perfect holiday, right? To have all the meals, like everything that you need, the turkey, the dressing, the this, the that, all the things. There is major conditioning, societal conditioning around Thanksgiving. And so whenever I'm talking about this directly related to abuse survivors, it's hard. It's really, really hard because more than likely, if you experience this in your childhood, this wasn't a happy time. Some things happened. If you are someone who has children with someone that you were in an abusive relationship with, it's not going to be easy because you've also experienced some of this trauma in your life. For someone who has recently fled or escaped these situations, this is when it's also the hardest in their lives because now you're seeing everything. And I was you. So you're seeing everything. Like I would see the commercials, I would see like all the movies, all the Hallmark movies, all of that. And all I really wanted was my family to be together. That's what I wanted. And so even though I knew it was best for my family and I to not be in that situation, my heart longed for that, right? So because I would see that. So it's hard to know that your family's not together during the holidays. And then there's this extended trauma that can actually happen if you're co-parenting or anything else, where you have, like if you have custody issues or anything like that, or it doesn't even have to be issues, it's just custody. So one of the things that I would experience all the time was I never knew what was happening for Thanksgiving. My children didn't know what was happening. I didn't know. My husband didn't know. We never knew because we could never plan for it because we never knew, like, would we really have the kids, even though, yes, this is our holiday, we're supposed to have the kids, or is something traumatic going to happen where a big scene is going to happen at my house? Are they going to get taken from school? And so many things would happen. Because we never knew what was happening, we never could really plan. And so what that does for the ego mind is it just starts to spin out. Your mind has to have a plan. Your mind has to know what's going on. Your mind just needs to know the known, because if there's an unknown, then the mind starts to spin out into fear, all the what ifs. This could be the worst scenario of what happens. It just goes. It just goes. So it still happens for me now. Like right now, I'm not totally sure who all is coming for Thanksgiving. I'm not sure if there's going to be enough food for everyone. Like my mind is starting to spin out. I'm not sure on anything. There's so many unknowns. All I know is that I'm going to cook this meal, and I really, really hope that people come and show up, because normally we don't even celebrate the holiday on the actual holiday because of all the trauma we've experienced in the past. So we will do it differently. This year we have to do it because I have other obligations. So we have to do it on the holiday. That's why I'm here in the group right now, because I want to show you how I use emotional clearing to just neutralize so that my mind's not spinning out. I don't have anxiety. I don't have this overwhelming obsession. That is something too. And I know this happens because I'm supporting quite a few of you right now with this, you're experiencing the exact same thing that I'm talking about, where you just don't know. And now there's this obsession of all the what ifs and all the stories that get created. So, okay. So I just want to show you what I do because it's super easy. I'm like, it is super easy. You can do a whole entire clearing session. And I know I said I want to do a clearing session, but I just don't have time for it today. So what I want to show you is how I personally just neutralize and just get it quickly regulated, the nervous system regulated. So I have my emotional clearing chart right here. And like I said, we can do this really super quick. So that's what's going to happen. You just come with an intention. So this is going to be for the group. So if you want to do it with me, feel free to do this with me. I always ask permission first. Do I have permission to do this with you and connect with you? And I use muscle testing. So this is how I use it with my hands. So I use my yes, I am connected with the people and the members of Red Lotus Life. And I'm going to be doing this clearing for myself too, because that's the whole reason why I was going to do this. And then I thought, why not do it with you? Why not do it with all of you too? All right. So here is, yes, we're good to go. So my intention is I just really want to know, what is the emotional block? What's the emotional block that is keeping us from being in a neutral state for the Thanksgiving holiday? Okay, so that's the intention right now. So the emotional block, real quick, I'm not going to really go into any of this. You can definitely ask questions, put them in the comments if you're seeing the replay, or send me a message or something like that, because this is the stuff that I'll be teaching you at the retreat. So yeah, I'm just going to go, okay, so what is the emotional block that is making me spin out right now and having the fear of the unknown, feeling overwhelmed, all the things, feeling some anxiety? Because honestly, my intention for my Thanksgiving holiday is to just be. I just want to create some amazing food for whoever shows up, for myself and whoever shows up, and to have an amazing time. That's my intention. My intention for all of you as well who would like to hop on this and piggyback. Okay, so emotional clearing. The emotional block here, we've got fire, earth, spleen, stomach, empathy, sympathy. So we have sympathy. So this is really interesting. I mean, it's not. It's kind of like, of course, this is what's going on here. So this is in the earth element. The earth element is all about, it's where we feel grounded. It's where we feel safe. It's where we feel centered, secure. This is also where we can feel very heavy, very dense, is in the earth element. So if there is a limiting belief or an emotional block in the earth element, your foundation is cracked. You don't have anything to really stand on, nothing to really build off of. So in relation to this, kind of makes sense, right? I was talking about how I was feeling overwhelmed. My family is my foundation. And so if I don't have my children here and those that I love, then yeah, my foundation's cracked. I'm not sure if they're coming. And that's what, my intention is here, is to like release these feelings of overwhelm. So I don't have a strong foundation. I don't feel grounded. I don't feel centered. So that makes sense, right? With the earth element. So sympathy is in the stomach. The stomach is literally our processor. It is how we process the environment around us. So what's happening around us, what's going on in our lives. The stomach is where we absorb that information and how we break things down. So, of course, I'm sitting here talking about how my mind is going, I'm spinning out, I'm starting to have anxiety around it. I have this fear of the unknown. Are people coming? Are they not? Are the kids going to be here? Are they not? Like, what's happening? Right? So that makes sense because my environment feels unstable because I don't have that strong foundation. It feels like there's really nothing to stand on and it's constantly moving because I don't know. I don't have a plan. I don't know what's happening. I don't know who's coming, that type of thing. Sympathy is the feeling of resonance with, okay? That totally makes sense to me because I want to feel my family around me, right? I want to feel in resonance with them. I want to feel in harmony with them. This is what I would like. When my family is here, this is what I don't want arguing. I don't want anyone uncomfortable. I don't want, I just want it to be smooth, basically. That's all I want is I just want everyone to be like, to just feel good, while they're here. I want a resonance here. I want a harmonization. I want harmony. Okay. So that's what's happening. So we'd figured out the block, right? The sympathy. Oh, and there's another piece of this too that actually makes sense with what I was talking about is I would like them to have sympathy. So in a way, this is like a lack of sympathy even, right? So if we would go back to what I was talking about with, abuse survivors, and if you are co-parenting, there's a lot of mind games that end up happening at this time of year. A lot of manipulation, a lot of not really, like if you're co-parenting with someone and let's say they're a narcissist or something along those lines, they're not going to tell you things. They're going to manipulate everything. They're going to leverage everything. They are going to want to put you in an uncomfortable place on purpose. And so this also will apply in that way because I remember, I mean, like I said, I don't really have that much anymore. But what I do have is like, there's always a guilt trip that ends up happening on the other side. We don't guilt trip over here at our house. We just want people to show up. Like, this is when dinner is. If you're able to show up, great. If not, great. You want to come for leftovers, great. You want to come for dessert later, great. You want to come tomorrow for leftovers, great. Like, we're very chill because we want that ebb and flow, but that's also what we've had to deal with for the last 15 years. So that's why we're pretty chill over here. But if you're not, and you do have these young kids, like I said, a lot of manipulation, a lot of leveraging, a lot of guilt tripping is going to be coming from the other side. All of that stuff. So, of course, this is the limiting belief. This is the emotional block. And now we just have to clear it. So whenever I say I'm not really going into like a huge session, I'm just going to do this quick clear so that I can be in a place of neutrality so that I can get on with my day. So the stomach here is on your left side. We'll go ahead and clear it. Like I said, it's super easy. We're just doing a quick little thing. So left side, we're going to go right here, right under the rib cage, like where the stomach is actually. And cup your hand like this. And you just rub this place, and you can have big, deep breath. The body is going to release in one way or another, whether that's yawning or burping or tears or needs to move. I usually burp, tears, and yawn. That's usually what happens. It's even normal to giggle or to laugh. With the stomach, another thing too is that you can feel a little bit of nausea in the beginning, but then it subsides. So this with the stomach is actually really subtle clear. And you may not feel really anything at all, but all of a sudden you're gonna have space. So Big deep breaths. We are releasing sympathy, this limiting belief, this emotional block. Body. You want, you can get up, move around. Like I said, the stomach is a really subtle clear. Right, deep breaths. Yep. And I just asked, are we clear? Yep. We're clear. So I'm clear. Yep. I'm clear. That's basically what I do whenever I am in the moment. When I'm in the moment, I'm not necessarily doing a whole session on myself. It's more of I'm feeling these feelings of overwhelm and anxiety, things like that. I will just set the intention by either asking a question or like I'll say, what is the emotional block? Kind of like, what's the emotion here? And I'll do that. And then I'll just clear it so that I can now move on with my day. The other part is like what we did here. And I said, this is my intention. And this is what I would like to experience today. And so that's when we go into it. Sorry, I'm still clearing. And now I feel better. I feel at a place like before I was feeling like almost like I was getting like the anxiety was building. And what I was wanting to do was like call my kids or call anybody that I hadn't heard from yet and just feel like, hey, are you coming or are you not? You know, my emotion was going to go out sideways and I was just going to be like, because I had that frustration that was happening because I wasn't hearing from anyone. And now here we are, you know, I'm going to go shopping here in a minute, actually super late, even doing all of this stuff. But now I'm at that chill place again. I'm at that place of neutrality again, where I'm just going to respond now to life. That was a reaction. I was wanting to react and I was wanting to really, you know, this is disrespectful. You should tell me by now if you're coming or not. And now it's like, oh, I'm actually fine. I'm fine. I'm chill. I'm just going to go and I'm but I'm excited to actually make this meal for my husband and I. He's going to be smoking a turkey breast. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to go and do that and create this beautiful meal. And with loving arms, open arms, anyone who wants to come join us can. So now I feel like, oh, everything is good. I have my grocery list. I'm going to go out and do grocery shopping. I'm going to come home and start preparing for some of it. And now I'm great. It happens that fast, what you just experienced. And honestly, when you know this tool and you know how to do this on your own, it literally happens like 1 minute. Like all of that would happen in like 1 minute. So I just wanted to share this with you a little bit because this is literally how I regulate my system every single day. I do what I call energetic maintenance. And so I do that. And then if there's anything that starts to get in the way of me living my best authentic life, then I'll just check in with myself. And I'll be like, okay, what is the emotion right now? Because emotions are just energy in motion. They're not here to stay. They're here to move through us. And if I can see that it's getting stuck, excuse me. If it's getting stuck and it's not moving through, that's whenever I now check in and say, okay, how can I release this from my body? Because right now it's just swirling. And I know that all of you know what I'm talking about whenever I speak about this. So let me know if you have any questions about this. Happy to answer any questions. Would love to be able to teach this at the retreat. We're going to be, so it's the Red Lotus Life. Remember who you are. Zion Retreat. It's going to be a total immersion. You're going to learn the tool. If you already know the tool, come, because you're going to learn how to deepen your skill, how to deepen your skills with this, and how to be able to create this life after abuse and to be able to use it daily, just like what I'm talking about. If you do not know emotional clearing, that's okay too. You don't have to have experience in this. We'll just, we'll get you up to speed super quick. And then we're going to also, you're going to get up to speed, and then we're going to be able to deepen your skill set with this as well. So we're going to be showing you how to actually use this tool all day, every day to create this life that you love. And the only way that we can actually create the life that we love is if we're centered, right? We're grounded, we're centered, we're sovereign. We're coming from this place of unwavering self-love, this place where we know who we are. We know our boundaries. We know our desires. We know the path that we're here to take. We're going after everything that we want in this life. We're saying yes to our soul. That's what's happening here, is we're saying yes to our soul, and we're not getting caught up in all the BS and everything else that's happening. We're not getting caught up in life. We're allowing emotions to flow through us versus get stuck and then we obsess on them. So that's what this is. We'd love to have you. We're at beautiful Zion National Park. If you haven't been there before, it is definitely one of my happy places. Beautiful, beautiful sandstone mountains. So it's the largest sandstone mountains in the world. It's just such a sacred place to me. It's amazing in so many ways. It's amazing to even come and adventure, or even just come and just be and just marvel in the beauty of it all. And then what we'll be doing is integration. We'll be doing some integration there. So you'll be learning this, then you go out and you integrate, because integration is huge. In fact, I'll talk about that in just a second for what we just did. So integration is huge. We'll be integrating there with all the elements, with food and nutrition and all kinds of things. And we're going to be at Namaste, which is another one of my happy places. So many of you go, where are you, when I'm posting all the pictures of the beautiful space for my women's circle? That's at Namaste. Namaste is amazing. It's beautiful. I feel like I'm on Snow White's land when I'm there. Yesterday, I was a few feet away from like a 7-foot, or not 7-foot, that'd be huge. A 7-point buck, actually, like a deer. So the deer feel so safe on this land that they actually come and have their babies. So the deer are all over the place. It's just beautiful. It's magical for sure. Anyway, so that's where we'll be. And it's going to be an immersion. So it's not going to be a regular retreat. It's going to be an immersion of this work, an embodiment of this work. And you also get Say Yes to Soul if you come. I'm so excited about it. I am a supporter in Wealth Dynamics, and I don't feel comfortable doing like a deep immersion and then saying, see you later, bye, go have a great life. I want to be able to support you through this afterwards. So it actually comes with 12 months membership of Say Yes to Soul. And the holiday offer right now is actually, if you get a reservation now, then you get immediate access to Say Yes to Soul. And Say Yes to Soul, this is where we actually focus on an area of life every single month. We do an emotional clearing session, and then we integrate for the rest of the month. This month, it's crazy, family relationships, which of course is going to be family relationships as we move into the holiday season. So it's been big. It's been actually really huge. It's super potent in Say Yes to Soul right now, because we have emotional clearing practitioners of some form of emotional clearing. There's several modalities that are emotional clearing. So there's practitioners in there. And then the spiral, if you're familiar with the spiral, I'm a spiral practitioner. Every single person who is in the group right now has been through spiral at least once. So the clearing in there is potent. Like it is like blowing my mind potent. So yeah, you get to come and join us in there. If you decide to come now and you want to do your reservation now. So with every reservation for the retreat that is booked now during the holiday season, this goes through January 2nd, you get immediate access into Say Yes to Soul and the 12 months afterwards. So that's almost a year and a half of Say Yes to Soul. And then also the retreat where you will learn this amazing tool. And if you already know it, you will know how to go deeper into it, how to use it specific to you, and how to embody it. That's actually the intention here. It's not really to necessarily learn it. Yes, you're going to learn it, but we're going to teach you how to deepen this work by with embodiment of it and truly living it to create this life that you desire. So that's all of it. Long way for me to just say, oh, I feel so much better. I do. I feel so much better. And now I'll be able to move on with my day. So I hope that all of you get some value from this too, and that you feel better as you move into the Thanksgiving holiday. I know it can be so tough just because, I mean, it's still hard for me. So I know how this holiday can be a hard one. So sending you so much love. If you would like support or have questions, please let me know. Reach out to me, send me a message, comment below, all the things. Would love to hear how you are celebrating this, and also how you're moving through it if you're having a hard time. So sending you so much love. Have an amazing, fabulous rest of your week. And we'll talk soon. Okay. Bye.
And